Well, new year, new you, or so you claim. I'm sure you got a bunch of ideas swirling around in your head that probably needs a space online. So go to Squarespace, where they make it incredibly easy to launch a passion project of yours, whatever your crazy idea is, a blog about your baby or something of that nature. They've got great templates, and so you don't even have to worry about it looking sexy. You've got just choices of sexy. Plus, if you get confused, which you probably won't, but if you do, they've got a 24/7 award-winning customer support service that's right there, so you always will have answers to your questions. Head to squarespace.com/read for a free trial now. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Let them know that we sent you. Now let's start the show.
Where you don't want to wake up, everything is fucked, everybody sucks, you don't really know why, but you want to justify ripping someone's head off, no human contact, but if you interact, your life is on contract, your best bet is to stay away, motherfucker, it's just one of those days, it's all about the he says, she says bullshit.
What?
I think you better quit letting shit slip, or you'll be leaving with a fat lip. That's all the things.
Is this the Beastie Boys? What is going on now?
No, but fine enough.
I cannot believe you screamed in my ear like that.
Why not? New year, everybody, we're back. Let's wake up.
We are here.
Shout out to Game Grumps for reminding me of that impeccable song and how relevant it is today.
Okay.
I am actor, comedian, and star of Nickelodeon's All That, Lori Beth Denberg.
And I am Congresswoman Maxine Waters.
Welcome back to the Read, everyone. Speaking of Lori
Happy New Year.
Beth Denberg, I just thought to myself randomly the other day, reboot Figure It Out.
I don't know what Figure It Out is.
Figure It Out was this game show on Nickelodeon where kids would come in, usually young kids that had like some crazy talent or some crazy achievement, or they won an award for something crazy.
Okay.
And they had a panelist of celebrities. Most of the time they were Nickelodeon stars that would then have to fill in the blanks on this panel to guess whatever it is that this kid does.
Okay. Oh, that sounds fun.
Like a couple of rounds, maybe 3. And then every round that they didn't guess it, the kid got a prize. And if they didn't guess it at all, they got a grand prize. And then at the end, the kid would demonstrate or showcase whatever it is that they could do as well.
Okay, that's festive.
But when I was thinking about it, again, in my incessant need to remind people of the nostalgia of Nickelodeon back when and how talented those people were, I thought, hell, y'all rebooting everything. Reboot the fuck out of that. It was actually a really good game show. And what was also cool about it was that Lori Beth, Kenan Thompson, who was a regular on there, Kel was a regular on there, Danny Tamborelli, they made it really, really funny.
Right, of course. Yeah, you would need 4 really like big personalities.
Yeah, and they would slime them if they said like a keyword that only the audience knew.
Yes.
And sometimes they would have like celebrities and stuff like that on there. So I would be all up for Lori and Kenan and Kel and Danny to team up and produce a reboot of Figure It Out. Have some current day celebs come in there too. Maybe Ella May and who do the kids like?
I don't know. Sky Jackson.
Sky Jackson. And,
I literally don't know.
And Zendaya and Zac Efron.
JoJo Siwa.
Yeah.
All that.
And slime them and have fun with them and stuff. So I would say, Nick Cannon should produce too, but he's incredibly busy working on his diss record anthology series. Do you know that he's released yet another Eminem diss record? That doesn't matter.
No, I don't know that. Well, I'm not going to listen to that. I'm not going out of my way for that. But that show sounds very festive. They should bring it back.
Cute.
It sounds fun.
White woman who hosted, what was her name? Was it Winter Summers? Winter Rain? She had some like weird weather name. Anyway, fun show. I'm just saying, if you're going to do it right. Bring back the old cast and sign me up, literally, because you're probably going to put it on some ad that I don't have that I have to sign up for.
Nickelodeon Plus.
So let's do some Black Excellence.
Okay.
Today, our first Black Excellence of the new year. Heartwarming story that touched me about a woman named Donzella Washington. Donzella just graduated from Alabama A&M with her bachelor's degree at 80 years fly.
Yes.
So after the passing of her husband, she moved to Alabama to be with her daughter and decided to refocus and, do some things that she had always wanted to do, including finish college. So she went back and worked on getting a degree in social work and has since graduated magna cum laude from Alabama A&M.
Okay.
And she says, I'm reading this as usual because then we can. I want to inspire young people and even adults to let them know that it's never too late because I'm 80, but I don't know what 80 really feels like. You have a dream, please finish that dream. You can do it. You just have to believe in yourself. And she also plans on using this degree to volunteer at places, including nursing homes. She wants to help with young people. It also says here that she and her husband had fostered about 30 kids over the course of, their time together and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
And she hopes to continue that work in addition to pursuing graduate degrees.
That's right. She said she's not done.
Fuck you talking about? I don't even know.
I love that.
80 who?
Okay. 80 and still ticking, bitch. 80 and still out here.
And fine I am.
I love that. Congratulations.
And I too have considered going back to school at some time, and I think that I may. So this is a dope story, and I'm starting
school this year. Actually,
I knew that you were.
Yeah.
So
I'm definitely. It's that therapy thing. I'm all about it.
Well,
I need to
be
certified in that.
That's a lot.
It is, but I'm ready for it. I feel called to it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well. Congratulations, Miss Washington, and love and blessings and big hearts. And I hugged my MacBook earlier, pretending it was you. So
we hope you felt that.
Yeah. All right. So this week in our pop culture segment, Hot Tops, It Swallows. Starting with a couple people are in their fifis over a fairy tale that Rihanna once told about an album.
I knew she was lying when she said it.
I mean, so did I.
I can't believe y'all took her seriously.
Hashtag Rihanna is a liar has been up on the Twitter sphere, apparently. The Navy's having great fun with that.
Oh, God.
So is she. Rihanna posted, I think sometime last month, this clip of this dog in a box. And I have seen the meme before of this dog that's bouncing around in a box. Mm-hmm. And what fucking song was playing in the back? Or whatever. She captioned it, me listening to R9 and refusing to release it or something like that. So she's trolling, having a great time. The Navy, maybe they are not admitting it, but I know y'all are having a great time with this meme as well.
Oh, yeah, they are.
She posted a selfie today. First selfie of the year, though. Hashtag 2020 with a completely nude face.
Yep.
Well, this looks like it may be a gloss on the lip. I don't know if that counts.
But mostly, yeah.
Some people feel like, no, there's a little gloss and there's some lip smackers. That's not makeup free.
All right, girl.
So I'm just going to read some of the responses.
Oh,
here.
Lord, no.
Xandirt says, I feel like I've seen you somewhere. Are you the Umbrella singer? You sang Sweet Rare Place said, is she the girl from Battleship? Someone else. Peyton Hag says, I can't listen to selfies, Rihanna. I wish you could see the GIFs and things as well because they really make it up.
Oh, lots this is a tweet. Okay, I thought this was Instagram.
Oh, yeah. Lots of sorry to this ma'am. Lots of the gag screenshots. One I really love because it looks like she may have a tiny pimple on her chin in this selfie as well. And someone on Instagram said the fact that this pimple has got to hear the album and I
y'all are really pressed behind this album.
Girl,
I love that everybody is having fun with it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I love that everybody is just we know that the Navy is dead serious right now, but they are putting on a brave, fun, cheerful face and having a good time with it.
For me, when I think back to a time where Rihanna was releasing albums like Breakfast.
Yep. For real.
Mama was putting out an album and I'm
every 4 months.
Sweetie, I don't even know the words to the last lead single yet.
Right.
Calm down, trying to get out of that contract allegedly or whatnot. Right. So, sweetheart, take your time, do what you got to do, and, get the flavor all correct until you're satisfied with it.
I mean, Anti is still good. Y'all could just go back and listen
fantastic album. And that's another thing. Like your catalog, so this would be your 9th album.
Right.
Not considering features and all of that other shit. So there's lots of Rihanna to listen to.
Y'all can go buy some lip gloss.
Right.
She got a bunch of, actually Rihanna's makeup line is incredible. She got so much cute shit, whole bunch of different lipsticks, different colors of the gloss, everything, nigga.
Garter belts, bustiers.
All that shit. Shoes, trench coats.
No, buy pennies. Oh, no, buy my pennies.
And y'all did it.
I got bras too.
And y'all should.
And
go enjoy
you know
that.
You want to.
You a fool.
Next, Drake did an interview with Rap Radar that's about as long as The Color Purple. Do you want to hear some of the, okay.
If you want to. I didn't watch it, but I obviously saw the headlines about it.
So he talks about Kanye, he talks about Pusha T, A-Game. He talks about being cool with Chris now, that Rihanna has moved on from both of them,
right.
I mean, he literally.
Right. I mean, we all, when she dabbed on your ass while you was giving her that speech. That remains one of the most cold-blooded things I have ever seen.
The symbolism
with
in
my
that
two
moment.
eyes. I love her.
Like.
It's so good.
Anyway, he did say that he has the most utmost love and I have the most utmost love and respect for her.
He probably did say that.
I think of her as family more than anything. I found this funny. I felt I actually had kind of a moment of hesitation before because I didn't want her to ever feel disrespected by me linking up with him. I know Chris was probably like, well, damn, I thought that we was doing a song together.
Okay, whatever. Sure.
She said, Pusha T made an entire career off of that diss record. Said some people like his music. I personally don't, because I don't believe any of it. And I don't listen to guys. I like to listen to guys I believe.
Is this came out of Drake's mouth?
This is what he said in the interview, apparently. I saw bits and pieces of it. I wouldn't finna sit there and watch the end game.
Oh no. Wait, I'm sorry. Drake said he don't believe the shit that Pusha T is rapping about is real. Like he really did it.
I mean, in terms of like, I guess whatever his
the
drugs
dealing and
shit is, yeah.
But like,
yeah.
This is coming from Drake. Like I'm blown right now, but okay.
He said that in terms of Kanye, that's where all of this stems from, and it's all rooted in that situation. Yes, I think that he definitely recruited a guy with a similar dislike for me, no matter what he says in interviews. I know that there's something there that bothers him deeply, and yeah, I can't fix it for him.
What?
He did still say, he said that he's still like his favorite overall or all around artist or something.
Kanye is?
Effect, yes. But like essentially as far as the story of Adidon, which I still don't, whatever. I don't get that name.
Me either.
I wasn't at the time. What? Oh, okay. Basically, he just said that all the nigga ever said in the song was that this nigga has a son that y'all don't know about, and he rests well at night knowing that he wasn't outbarred.
Okay. Well, so many things here are wrong, but what is most important is that you having a child was not a secret. This was not a secret.
I mean, if anything, that probably makes him feel better because that's how I felt about the thing in the first place. I'm like, nigga, we knew this. This wasn't like someone brought you a manila folder and was like, wait until you get a look at the scathing ingredients in this bitch. Like, girl, that shit had been on Baller Alert in the Shade Room.
Right, and that baby was knocking on a year old at that point or something. So, like, you are hiding a child, nigga. You literally were hiding a child. And you could have came out and been like, yeah, because me having a baby is none of y'all's goddamn business. What's the point? But you didn't. You got all defensive and took it like you wasn't being a good daddy, which...
And Aubrey No Day said also...
Maybe hit dogs holler.
That, I guess where is it? To be honest with you, I did a DNA test for my son, and it came back to us, and it said the DNA test got ruined in transit, and they couldn't be 100% sure that was my son or not. Can you imagine? Can you imagine though? Let's step aside for a second. Can you imagine if they were like, so listen, the FedEx truck got pulled over, and I don't really know, like what?
So what exactly happened to my semen then?
Right.
hair,
Do you
something,
need another
whatever
swab
kind of sample.
the inside of my
Oh,
cheek?
right, no. You wouldn't jack off in
I
a
don't
cup
think
for a
you would jack
DNA
off.
test.
I
All
think
right.
you could
Nope.
just
Yep. Why would you
swipe on
do
them
that?
out.
Yep. Okay.
So I was in a really weird pending situation where I didn't want to go tell the world that this was my son, and it wasn't, which I guess makes sense
It does. It does.
Because, you know, mans don't fall for anything, eh?
I can't believe you just said that. I cannot believe you just said that. Jesus God.
Woo!
Okay.
Anyway, I'm sorry, Toronto. Like, y'all know I don't give a fuck. Who cares? Speaking of celebrity babies, Chris Brown is incredibly excited about his new twin, Echo. My God. I feel like I've said on the show before that, like, I don't even really be giving babies the whole, you look like such and such and such and such until their face is finished cooking around 3 months.
Right.
This nigga looks exactly like Christopher Brown. Like,
Echo.
this nigga looked just like him. Look.
Oh my God.
Even in this little profile, he posted his photo.
That's the same fucking face.
It's the same face. They're both asleep on a couch, it looks like, or something like that, and he's got the baby on his chest. And this nigga is his twin. Anyway, there were speculation, or there were rumors coming out that this nigga may either be engaged or married, because in the same photo he has a ring on his wedding finger, for what it's worth. So if you were looking to be the mother of the next one, you know,
I mean, you probably
still not impossible,
could.
right?
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a higher hill to climb,
right? Don't let this deter you, though.
Yeah.
Be ye not
do what you have to do.
discouraged,
You know what I'm
sis.
saying?
Yes.
It's the journey.
Right. It's the journey. I cannot with your black ass. But yeah, no, that ring ain't gonna stop. No show.
I mean, no, but I think that this is adorable, and I would much rather take endless clips of Chris Brown standing fatherhood than
all that other
Chris
shit.
Brown
That's right.
situations.
More pictures of you with your kids
loving
on the couch
this.
somewhere, being a daddy.
And
Yes.
if you are going to be married to Mika Harris, this child's mama, or anybody the fuck else, hopefully we're walking into that with maturity and
Therapy.
honesty. Oh, and therapy as well. Let's put that one first. A$AP Rocky came forward with a response after the internet alleged that there was a sex tape available featuring the rapper and some faceless woman on Pornhub. Apparently, people believe that A$AP Rocky was the person in this flick because of tattoos that looked like his or something to that nature.
Okay.
Here's what the A$AP had to say. Lord Flacco Jody II. Wouldn't you just put...
What?
He says, my penis and I woke up to the alarming disturbance of a video clip today. As his defense attorney, we're prepared to deny any slow strokes or lack of killing the pussy. A long list of satisfied women can attest to. But the real punchline is seeing people who never fucked him rate him. Okay, welcome back.
That was bizarre.
You know,
What the fuck?
Sure, what have you?
I mean, you could have just been like, that ain't me, like the baby said, but okay.
Right, because I was going to say, in
It's a lot
contrast,
more
the
succinct.
baby literally just said, I don't send nudes. And that was
Yep,
it.
And
Like,
that was it.
not I don't. ION.
Even though that video would have been
Sends
one to
nudes.
claim. But I mean, I have to believe you because you denied that video.
And the reason that it sounded, or the reason I think people thought it was baby is because apparently somebody put a clip of his voice over the clip of that dick clip or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
And the person whose video it actually was like, no, that is in fact my large peen. You can find more of it at my OnlyFans.
Wow.
And thank you so much for the compliments.
Yes.
Hashtag the baby meat. Let's switch that up. Here's my link.
Got it. Because when I saw that video, I was like, that sounds exactly like him.
That's why a lot of people thought
of
it
course,
was him.
niggas can manipulate video. The internet is
would you
a
do
scary
that?
place.
Who takes
For
the
the
time?
purpose of sowing confusion amongst the world.
But that's not gonna get you any pussy.
Niggas are that bored.
Like what? What's the point?
I can't explain it.
I guess some people literally just like to see how far they can make a thing go.
They like to see chaos. Those
Yeah.
people like to watch the world burn.
Well, at this point,
It literally is doing so.
Speaking of the baby, he's been recently released from the jailhouse after he was arrested in my city of Miami, Florida. What? Sweet.
Time is so weird those last few weeks of the year.
Yeah, nobody knows what anything is.
Everything was a blur.
So apparently this nigga was booked to perform at Cafe Iguana, which just makes me laugh because once again, it's just the name of a club I had always heard of my whole ass life growing up in Miami and knew the whole time I never wanted to be there.
I mean, Cafe Iguana don't really sound like it's for me just off the name. But, I don't know what that could be the funnest club in the whole city.
It's nothing but button downs from Express, Maxis from BC Beach.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And no one with actual status or money, but plenty of people.
I was going to say, so this is the I want to be seen and feel like I'm important type place. Okay.
Damn, it's like Live Light.
Okay, I got you.
Because Live is like that, but like you have to actually be patient enough to go through that. Girl, I don't know why
I don't do none of that. I'm
Anyway.
not going nowhere without an express invitation and VIP seating.
And that is just that on that. Like,
I am not waiting in line to go to a clubhouse.
I strap my headphones on at the house to get high and blast my personal library.
Do you know I can play my own playlist at home for free? No, thank you.
Especially down there, you ain't gonna hear nothing but Pitbull. So
the drinks are cheaper at my house. The weed is plentiful, girl. No,
let me
but
tell you
anyway.
something. I have nothing but drink tickets at the house. I have a drink card. So he was apparently arrested because he and his people alleged that the promoters had promised him 30 grand for the booking, but he was only paid 20 grand. Then they apparently confronted the promoters, allegedly whooped that ass.
Yeah.
I saw a clip of someone literally being dragged through the street in broad daylight.
Oh shit.
I mean, literally dragging him by his feet
The
through
baby
the
is
street,
not to be fucked with.
picking up whatever.
That's not right.
One of the victims was allegedly grouped for an iPhone 7. Well, damn, that's why you have the extra 10
iPhone
grand.
7, that's not even worth taking.
A credit card, $80 cash, and then was apparently doused with apple juice, which is my favorite part of this story.
Because I'm like, just backstage.
What kind of apple juice we talking about? Because if it was like Mott's, then who cares?
Right.
But if it's Martinelli's, I'm pissed. And y'all are out of order. And you don't waste good apple juice. Especially all of the magical things that you can do with a crisp Martinelli.
Oh my God. Or organic apple juice. That is the best drink I have ever had in my fucking life.
When I was a kid, and my mama used to buy that organic Mott's.
Yes.
My brothers despised it.
What?
I love
it. Is incredible.
It's better than the other apple juice.
So much better than
like
regular apple.
apples.
It does. It is incredible. It is a great drink.
It's so good. It's really like some of the best apple juice.
I cannot find it. There was a natural store in Oklahoma that sold it by like the 5-gallon, but I have not found it. I haven't looked, but
I'm sure
organic apple juice. Yeah, I'm sure it's in the city somewhere, but it's just so good.
It's delicious.
Far superior beverage to what we have been. And I know niggas was not throwing organic apple juice.
No, this gives me dressing room Mott's in a little personal bottle. Yes. Or even much so, yes.
Oh God, no, not the juice box.
A lunchbox juice. Very much. It gives that.
I mean, that's not those things. Y'all took that shit just to have something to take, because that is
right.
nothing.
They basically said, like, look, I'm taking whatever I find
because fuck you.
Anything on you is mine.
Wow.
So he's arrested for battery in connection to that. He was released on a $1,500 bail. On Saturday, apparently has to go back to court it would be today if you're listening to this when the episode comes out Tuesday. And I guess we'll see whatever happens from that. He was also detained, where was it, in Charlotte? Like a week prior to all of this over some weed possession things, resisting arrest and beating somebody else's ass allegedly or whatever. Y'all gonna have to start suing people like white folk.
Yeah. And I know you don't want to because, niggas telling you 30 and giving you 20.
It's not like I don't understand why he got his ass beat.
Right. I totally get. In fact, I was waiting on you to tell me that they had come out trying to argue something in their defense. But
I mean,
as much as I want to be like, yeah, beat his ass, he owe you $10,000. Y'all just you are too famous for that. You're gonna have to start
why would you even
somewhere.
play with that man after you whooped that other man's ass in the Louis Vuitton store?
Like, and got on his phone. Like I don't know why y'all fuck with the baby.
Text.
I don't know why y'all
What's
do
the
that.
issue?
I don't know why y'all play with him. But also, you can't just beat people asses.
Yeah, you can't.
Because they owe you money. You
gotta
no.
stop.
I mean, not when you're that famous, you can't.
Yeah, you just can't.
When you're a regular nigga, you can.
Yeah. Because any one of these other poker bean niggas in the hood.
Mm-hmm. And y'all fight for a lot less than $10,000.
Reasonably so. Do you know what you could do with a fresh $10?
Listen, niggas heard this and nobody was like, damn, they shouldn't have did that. Everybody understood. We all get it.
That's a whole plate of chicken at Snappers.
That's so much. $10,000. We're not playing with that kind of money.
So yeah, he's out. He's back to recording some music, and I guess we'll see whatever happens from there. But Lord have mercy. If you're a baby fan, send him words of encouragement. I don't know.
I am still going to be on Team DaBaby until he does something very stupid because he says much smarter things than the average rapper. And
I just like him.
I do too. I like his personality.
He's fun.
And I like the way he interacts with fans. And I like when he brought that girl on stage and got consent before he danced with her and all that. And I just like the shit he talks about. And I enjoy his songs.
He just seems like he's genuinely having a good time and not trying to follow any particular idea of what a rap nigger is supposed to be. He's just enjoying his success and having a good time, and I'm a fan of
the
that.
Bop video is so fun. His SNL performance was fun. He's cute and he's fun. Yeah. I want to go to his show, but it's too many white boys at rap shows.
Listen,
I cannot handle it.
I've been trying to tell y'all niggas.
I cannot handle that at all. No, one white person say nigga around me, I'm going to lose it.
Mind blowing. It's really crazy.
I can't do it.
I don't know if if white people like going to concerts more. Or I guess rather if niggas just don't be feeling like going to rap shows, or if white people buy them more. I'm like, every time I've gone to any rap show in like the past few years I can think of, I have been the minority.
Oh no,
like my race.
Right.
It's just surrounded by white people, white boys that can't wait to say nigga and rap along to shit that their parents hate, and white girls that are just looking to have a light skin baby.
Oh my God. When I saw a bunch of white people at OT Genesis show, I was like, what in the fuck
what are we
going
doing?
on?
What
is going on?
What business have you here?
Why are y'all here?
Oh God, this story is so fucking stupid. So 50 Cent and French Montana had been going back and forth right into the new year. Like the end of last month.
What?
Up until like, I want to say yesterday or some shit. And it seemed like it all started over maybe who's richer. I don't.
Oh my God, are you kidding?
So French Montana was in the hospital not too long ago over a health scare. I don't remember related to what, but it seemed bad. He's apparently better now. Posted a photo tagged in Vegas, and the caption says, "Fresh out of ICU, woke up in that new Bugatti, little gift to myself. Feel like a boss, move like a boss, and taste like a boss. LOL Nipsey Blue for the color of the car. Motivation use only. Allah Akbar. Riding with toilet paper for the suckers." I don't know what the fuck these niggas be talking about. Like, I couldn't even guess, to be honest with you.
Riding with toilet paper for the suckers?
What the fuck does that mean?
I literally don't understand those words.
Because they talk shit?
In that, is that it?
That's my best guess, bruh.
Oh my God. This is a very bizarre caption to write after like being so seriously ill or whatever. Like,
is it shocking?
No, but it's just like, why are niggas like this? Why do y'all make money and then decide to just be like not human? That is so weird. Anybody else would be like feeling super grateful to the universe, God, higher power, Beyonce, whatever, that I made it through this and looking forward to or whatever. Like anything other than, haha, I'm a rich bitch, got myself a Bugatti, bitch, because I deserve it, ho. Ew. You bitches are mad. What? What is this?
Sure.
Okay, girl.
Well, feeling in his continuous trolling mood.
Oh, God.
Even in the apparent hospital, 50 Cent decided to chime in on French Montana's post. with a photo that's since been deleted, but I was told it was of him, 50, in the hospital.
Oh, God.
It says, "I'm in the hospital, so sick of niggas." That's a 2010 Veyron, man. You should have just got the Uber app on your phone. It's 2020 Sharon, man. Ha ha ha. Put that bullshit back on the truck. Then all of his hashtag stars get the app, whatever.
I'm not rich enough to understand what that means either.
So basically 50 is saying that that's a 2010 car and ha ha ha, you don't have the 2020 Sharon Bugatti, which apparently 50 got himself for Christmas.
Okay.
That is a $3 million car opposed to the car that French claims he bought for himself, which is probably around $1 to $2 million or something to that effect. So literally like, nah, nigga, you got an older car. I got the newer, fresher, richer.
I didn't even know it was different flavors of Bugatti, but who cares?
I mean, totally, but
like,
yes,
you
who cares?
You could just not and mind your business.
Have the car. Like,
right.
You can just have the cars. They're all impressive cars.
Why you can't just be a rich nigga over there and happy with it? Why? Okay.
French responded, "If you don't take your jean shorts with ashy knees and that two-tone do-rag back to Connecticut to that haunted house, hunted, not haunted, that you had to drive 2 hours there and back every day from New York with your Christmas in Alaska cold ass, hating on a young nigga, that's a $2 million Bugatti with no miles, collector's item. Boy, you're a dinosaur, LOL."
There's something about jean shorts that just
that took me when I first read it too. I don't even. He just went straight for it, I guess.
Woo!
So they moved on.
This is really dumb.
It's so stupid.
This is just like stupid rich nigga shit. What? Like, do y'all know people have real problems?
50 Cent continued. I just got the papers. Don't ever play with me.
Oh my
He got
God.
a fucking 60-month loan on an 08. Nigga, it'll be 2025 when you out of that car. Power's in 3 days.
Okay.
Then French Montana won his IGTV for an extended cut. But the caption says, "Ha, 59, how you stoop that low, dinosaur? You buy fake streams on my song and try to use that against me." So here's the thing.
Okay.
French Montana put an album out not too long ago, and there was a spike on Spotify of this song, one of his singles. And so people were claiming that he bought streams for the single. He claims 50 Cent bought the streams as another way to try and put him on blast. Maybe similar to the Ja Rule buying them seats for whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
He says, "Wow, you that desperate? I showed paperwork for $2 million. Now you got nothing on me but to stoop that low. Bully days are over with you. Should use that money for your rap shows, dinosaur. You can only perform in South Korea. It's okay to take an L. And I'm looking for your dentist. You deserve a full refund. 59 is an evil donkey." He also said, he posted a video of some tatted white girl and said, "Montana for the finish. Here's the girl that ate your booty hole for 5 hours when you wrote the power script."
No.
Oh, he writes the scripts? That's impressive. I didn't know that. Good for you, 50. Since you want to use me to promote your show, full story out tomorrow, 59, you finish all facts. He also apparently posted a spoiler from the latest episode of Power before it came out.
Well, all that's going to do is piss your fans off. Why would you do that?
Yeah, that part real
That was
confused me.
ridiculous. But you're not exposing nobody by saying this girl ate your ass.
Like, I feel like
People are eating
Vivica
ass.
said that about him before, and I think he's also joked about it. And then also, who cares? You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
think, maybe 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, this would have been more scandalous. But
If you
somebody
would've-
ate your ass is like,
If you would have been like, here's a clip of Bobby Lights talking about the time he
Right.
ate your ass when he was writing the power script, then the girls may be like, oh, this is different. But the fact that it's just some random girl
Right.
who, A, I believe, but also B, looks like someone that may have slept with a rapper or two.
right.
Who,
I can't understand eating a straight man's ass without supervising the cleansing process.
Let me tell you
but
something.
Other than that, you know what? Y'all do
bringing
whatever y'all want.
surgical gloves.
All the tools I
a
can think
surgical
of.
mask.
Everything. Because I'll be damned.
What is that shit called? The steel
A straight
wool?
edge? Oh.
Steel wool. And we're getting to work back there, honey.
Yeah. Couple of refillable bottles you're gonna need. Because I'm not doing this with you. I'm not putting my face. No, I'm sorry, because y'all do not clean yourselves the way we do. And a lot of times it's because you think it's gay.
If you're interested in that, though, like if that's your thing, because this girl was saying that he basically requested.
Yeah. I mean, getting your ass ate feels great.
It does, regardless. So,
yeah.
But I would hope that at the very least, if you know that that's your kink or that's something you're into, that you're taking extra precaution back there, regardless of where you fall on the Kinsey scale.
No, I think so too. I'm just saying I personally would not be able to trust a straight man to that process.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to supervise you to make sure you're doing it correctly.
I have to go back and rewatch Monique's bit on the Queens of Comedy where she talked about eating her man's ass for the first time. Because I remember it was like... That shit blew me over.
Lord, okay.
Anyway, I guess I've had a theory for a while that rich niggas in the tri-state, like specifically wealthy industry tri-state rap niggas, have this way of just being bored in their richness, and they're like, I'm just gonna argue with another rich person.
Right.
Because a lot of the like fucking Hot 97 ass arguments and stuff that you hear motherfuckers going off about, it's based in absolutely nothing.
Right.
And it just ends up feeling like a pissing contest.
Right. Like, girl, so am I supposed to really care that one of y'all spent $1.5 million on a car and the other spent $3 million? Like, I have real problems in my real life.
The most of the people that you are arguing in front of, make $38,000 a year.
Who are you flexing to?
The whole fucking planet is burning. Do you think niggas in the comments are like impressed? What?
Like who? They're both great cars.
We have real shit going on. People are paying rent every month, like trying to make bills every month, and y'all up here flexing. It just seems to me like I don't understand why rich niggas haven't gotten the clue, but like flexing your wealth like this is just, it's something about it that is just really to me. Like, people have real issues going on. The planet is fucking burning. It seems like every day more and more people are like posting GoFundMes to take care of their medical bills or daycare or what the fuck ever. And here y'all go about some fucking Bugattis. Like, I don't care, girl.
There's anything wrong with being like, I got a new car. I worked real hard for this car and I'm excited about it. You know what I'm saying? Which is essentially how those things started with each rapper, right? Regardless of their crazy, stupid captions.
Well, right. And right. So it was really like, why is 50 Cent commenting on this man's shit or starting some shit? Because like French Montana's initial post, I'm like, this is really dumb, but you could have just left it there.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything
and that would have just been that.
With being like, I got something.
No, it's this back and forth.
Yes, but taking it into that,
right?
It's like sandbox arguments of who has the better Power Ranger action figure or something like that. Who got the best, Ninja Turtle toy for Christmas or some shit like that. It's like, y'all niggas are too old for this shit, A. And both of y'all are blessed.
That's true.
Why are you fucking arguing about expensive cars that most of us motherfucker can't afford?
Yeah.
Not to mention that I thought about it and I'm like, personally, if I was rich, I would have 2 cars. I would have a very nice car like this, one that I probably wanted all of the time, that y'all are never going to see. You know what I'm saying? And other than that, I'm making sure that I've procured a sensible Civic or
I was just about to say, I'm going to get a top of the line Honda Civic.
Okay, a very humble Hyundai.
I am getting the nicest Honda Civic I possibly can.
Y'all going to be thinking I'm a Lyft driver, bitch, because let me tell you something. I'm not going to be hitting the motherfucking street, no Bugatti to get my rib tips.
Hondas last a good long time, first of all.
Gank my shit. Yeah, it is a very reliable car.
It is, and everybody knows it. So yeah, I think for me, I just don't want to see 2 incredibly rich people going back and forth and arguing about who's richer when like the rest of us, right? Like,
read the room.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
like we live in the real world.
And I mean, a good portion of the followers of big rap stars and rock stars like this, love seeing them flex their money. Honestly, it gives them something to aspire to, I suppose, or it also allows them to do the sort of sheepish consumerist thing that we all do, which is basically accept something as popular because rappers and rock stars say so. Like, they choose what liquor y'all drink, they choose what watch y'all buy, they choose what shoe is popular and all that other
right, but niggas can afford that. Niggas is not affording a Bugatti.
I'm just saying, like, all together, I think that's I don't think that most of the people who follow 50 Cent or French Montana or whoever the fuck who posts every chain they get and every car they have and stuff like that are thinking, why you keep flexing? I'm
Right.
struggling to pay my bills. You know what I'm saying? They're just figuring out like, bitch, I'm getting one of them cars.
It's
one day.
aspirational.
Beg, borrow, kill. I got it. Yeah.
Got you.
But when it does teeter into, let's argue about who has the fresher car because one's $1 million more than the other one. And then it does start to feel tacky.
Yeah. I mean, because I follow lots of celebrities on Instagram and they post stuff that they have all the time. And it's clear that their stuff is nicer than mine because they are worth millions of dollars. That's not the issue. It's this flashing it and using it as like these argument points that has me like, you niggas are just
like, both
really
y'all
gross.
rich, right? Like both of y'all have a lot of money.
Like, and have y'all forgotten what it's like to not? Because okay.
Some people do.
I guess.
Some people do.
That's true, they do.
I mean, 50 Cent specifically been rich for a very long time.
Yeah, I just...
At this point.
I can't relate. So, amen.
Swiss Beats and his British BM got into a war of the words on the Instagram.
I did
unfortunately,
not know he
at the
had
end
a
of the day.
British BM.
Oh yes, honey. Mother of his daughter Nicole. Her name is Jana Sebastian.
Oh, there she is.
So she is not feeling A to the keys.
Oh no.
One bit. Apparently has not been feeling her. She posted something on Instagram maybe. From Oprah.com. And it's an article written by Rosemary Rogers that is titled 12 Things a Stepmother Should Never Say. And the number one thing on there, I'm sorry.
What is going on?
I don't know why it's so funny to me now. I wasn't laughing before. The number one thing on there is, go ahead, call me mom. And then it says, you're not their mother and you never will be. They're conflicted enough and pushing them to use a mom name will only confuse them more, which I disagree with, but that's none of my business. So she responded, or she captioned it saying, funny enough, I found this on Oprah's own website. This is the rule in my family. Why do you say Oprah's own website as if she's the one you arguing about?
Right, like Oprah wrote it.
Right. I'm the only mother to my child. I'm the one raising her who gave her life, British citizenship, knowledge, and everything else. I'm not only the biological mother, I am the mother, all caps. This will remain forever. I am the one who feeds her, is raising her, who came out through hard times with her and for her, taught her to be a great human being and everything about life. I'm the only mother to my daughter. No one else will be called any kind of mom name in English, Arabic, not in Umi or anything else in other language by her. I will not let nobody bribe her and change her by using material things against me, iPhones and other things. She will be raised as a human being who cares for humanity and stands by the right principles. I will go far and beyond for my child as I have always done. Nicole has never called another man daddy or any other name that means father. No man has ever tried to replace or act as a second father to her, overstepping boundaries and making decisions on behalf of her real father. My rights and standing must be respected in return the same way in front of God. Money doesn't matter. The power and purity of the soul is what matters. Then someone else said something about Alicia Keys being all for blended family and it doesn't portray herself to be that type of person. And British BM said that blended family is fake. Etc., etc. I am upset. So,
I mean,
Swizz Beatz responded in a few ways. One, by posting a cute, albeit shady, video of him and his mother dancing to what sounds like reggae music. And the caption on the video says, "These BMs playing with me like my mom don't carry the 40 at all times, BX, shrug emoji," which felt unnecessary.
A little threatening, but all right. Okay.
Then they got into it a taste more because Homegirl expanded on her initial feelings. And she basically told this story about how Alicia was having their daughter call her Umi, which is, I guess means mother in Arabic or something like that.
Yeah.
She also claims that Alicia bought her an iPhone. They set up an Apple ID for her that's connected to their account or her account and on like some family sharing shit. She also claims that Alicia allowed her access to social media apps like TikTok, even though she had already specifically cut that stuff off from the daughter so that she would focus on schoolwork and stuff like that. That I understood. Yeah. I did understand that part. Regardless of anything else. If I've said that the child shouldn't be on such and such, at least respect that.
Right.
And then some other New Testament length ass thing. She's mad. She doesn't like Homegirl. She's
pissed, right.
Swizz Beatz responded to this letter. It said, first of all, Nicole does not have her own phone. Second, that's my phone I don't use, so she can call you instead of you calling my phone looking for her.
Oh my God.
Third, nobody forced Nicole to call them anything. She chose to call her Umi. I will not let any of my kids do things they don't want to, period. Fourth, we just spoke on the phone. You had none of this to say. You were all kind of sweet. You know my number. If you have a problem, call me. Knock it off. Thank you. Also, why is it that every time you post these things, you include your music in the post directly after and all of the things you've done like it's a competition asking for a friend? Asking for a friend is so shady. That's like
it is.
It's like he like scooped up some sand and just like, brought it to her eyes.
That is yeah.
You have my number if you
That's
have
pretty fucked up.
a problem or any questions. Please call me as an adult. It's 2020. Line's always open. She says, why doesn't your wife call me as an adult, or at least answer my texts or calls? I agree. I tried to be like empathetic in this situation.
Yeah.
Obviously, grain of salt because I don't have kids.
And I don't know y'all.
You know, but I wouldn't want to talk to her. It's like,
no,
I wouldn't want to talk to her at all.
No.
I don't have children with her. We didn't have kids. I want to talk to you.
Right.
And if I have to talk to you about her, then we can do that as well. But we made a baby, so I don't want to talk to her at all anyway. If I feel like she is
not without you.
Right. If I feel like she has really violated me or my parenting to the point where we need to have an understanding, then yes, I am going to have a conversation with her. But that needs to be in person. I will get on a flight if it needs to be that way. And you need to be present for that as well. I don't need to have a one-on-one conversation with you about anything. But again, that is me. I respect that other people may feel differently. Also, yes, this doesn't need to happen on Instagram.
No.
If she got the baby a phone, or they gave the baby a phone so she could play Candy Crush or whatever the fuck, and when she come back home, take the phone from, I don't know. But the Umi thing, that was, I guess, that
was what really pissed her off.
She's not having it with anybody else calling her.
Yeah, her daughter calling them, any form of mother.
Any form of mother.
But did she deny that the little girl chose to do it herself?
She did not deny that after he brought it up, but...
See, so I don't have a problem with kids picking words to call their step-parents, especially if it's not the exact same literal word that she calls you.
I was literally just about to say that.
Like, I just don't think...
I'd rather you call them Umi or whatever father means in Arabic or something to that effect than dad. But even if... Like, I just feel like people don't give kids enough credit. They're not fucking dogs. You know, they're actually, in many cases, far more aware and bright than people think that they are. Like, I don't think that even if she calls Alicia Umi or whatever the fuck, that, you know, she's gonna later in life be like, oh my, were you my mama this whole time?
Right. She's not gonna forget about the fact that you are, like, she lives with you, does she not?
I had no idea.
She's not, she knows who you are, sis. Like,
I'm so confused.
Yeah, I know I don't have kids, and so there are probably lots of mothers who are like, you just don't understand, which, you know, I do not have children, but I feel like this is the sort of thing, especially considering how long Alicia and Swizz have been together. It does not look like either one of them is going anywhere anytime soon. Mm-hmm. Those are your daughter's siblings and all that. Like, I feel like Umi is fine, especially if it was the little girl who was like, I'm gonna call you Umi.
Right.
Especially if it's not like Alicia being like, you need to call me this.
I mean, I, again, can sort of sympathize with the feeling in general because human, you get it? But I'm just,
you just
like...
feel threatened.
Right. Especially because Alicia Keys is a big star. She could probably, you know, buy a bucket of iPhones and just turn it over on this kid's head. You know what I'm saying? I don't know this Lady Sebastian, you know what I mean? But... some things you got to make peace with, girl, and you're gonna have to get in line for that peace train by way of your kid's dad.
Right.
Alicia Keys don't have nothing for you.
Yeah, this "why won't your wife call me" is just absurd.
For what? I mean, for what?
What do you? I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing that. I'm not going to contact you over some beef that you have with me. You need to go through the person who is the reason we know each other. Yeah. I'm not doing that with you.
Not to mention, everybody's relation in all of this is really sticky and awkward because I remember when the story about this woman having his baby, or I believe like he didn't even know about this baby until the baby was a year old or something like that. And I think that had something to do with him and Mashonda or something like that. Like, I feel like that was a break that he was on, or maybe it was an affair or something like that. But like, girl, you the one that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I just
we already did this with Mashonda, and this little girl's 11. So it's like,
She knows you're her mama child.
Right. She's not, this isn't an 11-month-old. This is an 11-year-old. And I understand feeling threatened.
Oof, and you raising a preteen girl at that.
I really do get that. And if it is like Alicia letting her get on Snapchat or whatever, then that is a problem.
Yeah, that I get.
But that is something that you need to address with her husband, your child's father, so that he can handle her. That lady is not.
Call the phone he gave to the girl and say,
now,
put
he
your
didn't
daddy
have
on
to
the phone.
say that either. That is
Put
not her phone.
Your
That's
daddy
my phone.
on the bloody
it is
phone.
The extra line I have just for when I don't want to hear from you.
Mama said she brought up the Apple terms and conditions. Talking about it clearly says on the website that minors are only supposed to have their parents looking at such and such and such. Like,
I'm sure
she wants to fight. God bless her.
Monsieur Dean had no issue with whatever Alicia did, if it was what this lady said or not. So I guess she just wanted the attention that would come from putting it on Instagram, but
I mean, she's just upset and wants to get that hurt out.
Yeah, right.
Which I also understand. But girl, I think that speaking to someone with your best interest at heart and no bias at all in the situation is going to do better for you than arguing
this was
about
one for the group
something
chat.
so personal involving your kids for the world to see. Especially when it gets to like a back and forth comment on comment thread type of thing where you're arguing about your kids for the internet. Like, nah, you know what I mean?
This is not in your daughter's best interest.
At all.
All.
I mean, at 11.
And it could be handled over the phone. I don't get it, but God bless everybody, especially that little girl.
Yeah, child. I don't know why y'all think that these kids are like
stupid,
completely dumb.
I don't know.
A lot of them are brighter than y'all.
Right.
To be honest,
easily.
with you.
It's actually not even close.
But that's it for Hot Tops this week. Good luck and God bless to everyone involved. And let's move on. So a little fact, if everyone in the U.S. bought just one used item instead of a new one in 2020, it would save nearly 6 billion pounds of carbon emissions.
Woo.
It's like taking 500,000 cars off of the road in a whole year. But you can shop more sustainably by thrifting. It's better for the planet and for your wallet, and it couldn't be easier with Thredup. Thredup is the world's largest online thrift store with up to 90% off estimated retail. You get the insane deals of thrifting with the convenience of shopping at the motherfucking house. You can score things like Nike for only $6, Theory starting at $20. For all of my Jans and Beccas, they've got Lululemon here for $27. I mean, there's just so much to offer. Everything is in high quality condition and lots of items even have their tags still on. Plus, Thredup gets new arrivals every minute, so there's always new stuff to find.
That's right. And my favorite thing about Thredup is you get to switch up the wardrobe for way cheaper than going and buying something brand new off the rack. And when you have to layer a lot because the weather is wild and you don't really know what's going to be and the seasons change, and we live somewhere with seasons now, it's just easier and cheaper to get stuff from Thredup instead. It is sustainable, stylish, and affordable. You'll look and feel even better in 2020 with Thredup. So here, go to thredup.com/read to get an extra 30% off your first order. Again, that is thredup.com/READ for 30% off your first order today. Terms do apply, but yeah, go shopping. All right, let's get back to the show.
We are back. It's time now for your listener letters.
Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may read them aloud on the show. This first question comes from Karen, who says, I have been with my husband for 10 years and we've been married for 5. Throughout our entire relationship, he has always known that I am bisexual, but I had never been with a woman.
Here we go.
While we were dating, he would entertain conversations of us having threesome or becoming swingers one day so that I could explore that side of my sexuality and he could just be nasty.
Wow.
Great.
I mean, you're being honest.
Yeah. Then we hit a hard point. He started getting really insecure in our relationship, and at one point we even separated. While we separated, I slept with a couple of girls and even became a unicorn for a couple, and now I am hooked on the fluid lifestyle. I would not be opposed to polyamory. Now my husband and I are trying to work on our marriage, and I didn't tell him about my female escapades, but I have hinted at wanting to have threesomes and explore that side with him again. But he is absolutely opposed. He said that he feels like he'd be cheating even if I was a part of the sexual experience.
Wait, why?
That doesn't make sense. She put an eye roll there. I love him and I want to make it work, but now I feel like I have to pack up my sexuality in order to be with him. We have a child, so break up with him isn't as simple as I would like it to be. She knew we was going there. Because at this point, I would otherwise gladly leave. Should I just tell him that I'm going to do me regardless and hope he gets on board? Or do I not tell him and continue to live my best life? I'm going to assume that means cheat on him and sleep with women behind his back. Okay. Thanks, Karen.
So is this nigga upset because of how much she got her life?
No, he doesn't even know that she slept with women while they were separated. She hasn't even told him that part. But now that she's had a taste, she's like, I cannot go back. I have to have some more. So she's like trying to get him to get open to this threesome thing again.
Oh, so she could, when she referenced herself as this unicorn.
She meant, yeah.
Solo.
She was right. She went with a couple, right.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, so first thought that had entered my mind is I respect what you're saying about breaking up with him not being an option because y'all have kids. That's not
or not that easy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It is not easy.
Of course, it will be far more difficult
right.
with children involved, but you can still break up with someone if it comes to that. I'm just saying if it comes to that. You know
if
what I'm saying?
Comes to that, you can.
Because raising a kid in an environment of resentment and anger and shit like that is not healthy for
not at all. Not at all.
So I think that sexuality is so complicated and weird because it's like it's important for you to feel fulfilled and respected. Yes. In your relationship when it comes to that sort of thing. I'm really confused as to why this nigga feels that way.
He probably just feels threatened, like you said earlier. Like, he's probably worried that you're going to leave him for a woman.
I mean, I can't imagine that I don't think that every single hetero or bi or whatever guy is, all hard eyes over a threesome with another girl.
Yeah, I don't think everybody is into the idea.
Into it.
Right, that's true.
But I think that there definitely needs to be an understanding on his part of what this means to you. You know what I mean? Because it's not just like, oh, I just love pussy so much and I just have, you know what I mean? You're like in a mode of self-discovery, it sounds like at this moment, and sort of fulfilling and identifying what that stuff means to you with respect to your relationship is an important thing. I don't really know that it's fair to say it should be your way or the highway, but it's definitely not fair to say the opposite either. So I don't know if maybe you, like, if it really comes to a place, because you're not going to want to just end up resenting this man, and I feel like that's an easy result of this. Maybe if it gets to a place where y'all are, disagreeing a lot because of it, and he's just not at all into it and you really need it, maybe talk to somebody, maybe do like a couples therapy, maybe once. You don't even have to do an extensive thing, but just get like a professional sort of opinion by someone who can sort of help you sort out those feelings. Because while he should definitely respect your desires, I think you gotta respect how he feels too. And I'm not gonna say, just go out here and, find some kitty cat to play with behind his back.
Even though, cheating is probably a lot of fun. Men make it look fun. So it probably would feel great for a little while, but you can't keep that up long term.
Yeah. And
it's not fair, like Kif Harry said, for either one of y'all to really feel like you're being pushed in a direction that you don't want to be in. So I would also recommend couples therapy while y'all are trying to work on your marriage. Like, if you're not already seeing a therapist, I would highly recommend it. But the fact that you said y'all have a child, so break up with him isn't as simple as you would like it to be, and then otherwise you would gladly leave, I'm like,
That's what I'm saying.
The fact that y'all have a child is the only reason you're not gladly skipping out on this marriage?
That's not it.
That kind of makes me feel like you need to just figure out how you're going to make it work and co-parent, because it's not even like, oh, I love this man so much, I don't want to leave him. You like...
If it wasn't for this baby,
Right.
I would have been left this nigga.
So I do recommend therapy, but I think that those two sentences say a whole lot. And maybe you need to start plotting how you can exit and move on with your life. Because it sounded like you had a little bit of pussy and now you cannot get it off your mind.
Yeah, it sounds like you might want to stud swim instead.
And I can't say I blame you, but I'm just saying, sis.
I think rather than letting the feelings fester up and turn into something ugly, you're going to have to try and get down to the bottom of it with respect to one another as soon as possible, and then decide what you need to do from there. If it does mean separating, that's unfortunate. It's going to be a lot and
hard.
And it's going to be hard, but it's not going to be impossible. Plenty of people have done it. And that's that. But I don't think one person's feelings in this matter are more valid or important.
Right. Not when it comes to sex. It's like, sex is not something I want anybody to feel coerced into doing.
At all.
So if y'all can't come to an agreement, then you know what you got to do.
Yeah.
All right. Next question comes from Brandon, who says, I am a single, childless, bisexual Black man in his late 30s who is firmly established in his tech career in the Midwest. I have an advanced engineering degree and I am blessed to gross over 6 figures. I'm not trying to flex, just offering you some biographical info. About a year ago, the company that I work for finalized plans to expand its office in New York City. As someone who has lived his entire life in the Midwest, I decided a new environment was something I needed, so I volunteered to relocate in the spring of 2020. I've since visited friends in New York City and done extensive research about the real estate, and I quickly realized that the $1,500 I spend on rent for a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bed condo,
That's right.
$1,500
Yep.
would not provide me with the equivalent in New York City.
Oh, yeah.
No, it would not, baby.
Not near it. Nowhere near
You
it.
can barely get a studio for $1,500.
Listen, tell the truth. Shame the devil.
After negotiating a cost of living increase in my salary with my company, I became confident that I could find a renovated 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom in Harlem or Washington Heights that I could comfortably pay for.
That's usually where to go.
Yep. However,
God bless the Heights, Harlem, my nigga. I wish I was there right now, and I'll save that for later.
Yeah. However, there's been a slight change to my finances.
Uh-oh.
My great uncle recently died, and he left me as the sole beneficiary of his life insurance policy, which was almost 7 figures.
God damn.
I asked my parents what I should do with this money, and they said it was mine and I should spend it however I want, but they did tell me that I shouldn't squander it. I'm a frugal, introverted homebody who prefers to be home with his video games. So I decided that my only splurge would be to use this money to expand my apartment search while I save the rest.
Okay.
I came across an apartment in a new building near Columbia that has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, a high floor with incredible views, central air, doorman, gym in the building, and my own washer dryer in the apartment.
It's a gag to me still that's like an amenity.
And a rare one at that.
Right.
People are like, oh, it's in your apartment.
You can do it right at the house?
I went to Fran's new apartment. I was like, bitch, you're rich ass.
What?
Fran has a private elevator. Like the elevator opens up into her apartment. It is the sickest shit I've ever seen in my life. But anyway.
Where's that, Elysium?
Huh? What? I'll tell you later. But so he found this great apartment near Columbia, but it is $6,500 a month. That and the building seems to be white as fuck. It is in its final stages of construction, so I can't go there to see the racial makeup of the tenants. I can only go by what's on the website and Instagram, and there is nothing but white people. There are 2 things that make me hesitant in signing a lease in this new building. The racism that I'm sure to encounter in being one of the few Black brown tenants in the building. Although, as Crystal has demonstrated many times, moving in an apartment in Harlem or Washington Heights does not shield you from racism. And 2, how my friends from back home and in New York City will react when they see that I live in this brand new luxury apartment. I don't want them to do the, ooh, he got money every time they see me. He spelled it out like that too.
I bet.
So my question is, which apartment would you choose if you were in my shoes? I'm leaning towards the brand new building because if I can afford to, then why not? But on the other hand, if I moved to an apartment in Harlem, I'd have the comfort of living around other Black and brown people. Any advice y'all have would be greatly appreciated. Thanks, Brandon.
If you have a good income and you got this huge amount
He's
of
rich,
money,
right?
you need to be looking for property to purchase. I mean, I don't know. It sort of sounded like that's not what you're doing.
Yeah.
But,
he's in his late 30s, but he didn't say anything about buying anything up here.
You know what? Never mind. Shut up, Greg. So
I don't think there's anything wrong with renting an apartment in the city if you want the city experience.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man, look, I'm gonna tell you something. I live in Midtown now.
Yeah.
And
Down
a
there with the
building that
Richies.
sounds similar.
Yeah.
I miss Harlem a lot. And I didn't move there because I wanted to. I think I've said this a million times on the show before, but Harlem is so fucking gentrified that when I was looking for a place to move that I felt like was in my budget, was the amount of space that I needed, and was what I felt like I deserved for how hard I've been fucking working as long as I've been here. Every single time there was some white single mama that had just seen it, or some fucking family from, you know, some part of Italy that just came and saw it or whatever, will let you know, and fill out Nothing. Until finally it became like, are you going to find somewhere to live, or are you going to have to go get a storage place and keep searching after, you know, they tell you to vacate this place? So I punched it over to the girls that had a place for me. And now I fucking hate, every waking moment of my life is now anxiety, because it's blocks away from that fat bitch's a couple of them fat bitches properties. It's a couple, 45. It's not too far from Times Square. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just here waiting for my building to go up a blaze.
Jesus.
I'm past
the security
40 floors up as well. So I've already envisioned me with Link in my backpack trying to make it down 40 some odd fiery stuff. Anyways.
You just made my anxiety go up. Jesus.
It's all I've thought about.
Ah, yeah, the high-rise thing. The ultra high-rise thing.
It's all I
did
thought
not
about.
even consider that.
It took getting used to even being that high up in the sky on a regular basis.
Right.
I'm fine with it now. But now it's like, okay, well, great. Let me just go ahead and start creating, you know, survival kits and putting them all over the house because at any point at this moment. But back to you, fella. Honestly, I think it depends. I really love the blackety black ass blackness of places like Harlem. Brooklyn is great. I was actually at a house party in Brooklyn the other day, and I was like, why don't I just live here?
Oh my God. I'm thinking about moving to Brooklyn too.
It's just like, why not?
I don't know why not. It's always been Brooklyn is too far, but if you live in Brooklyn, then it's not far.
You're likely to find far more space regardless of what you're paying for in Brooklyn. And I'm just like someone who likes to feel the culture and feel like my people, even though all of my people ain't the greatest.
Right.
And, you know, every experience you're going to have around anybody ain't always the greatest, but it just feels good to be walking down the street and just see a bunch of black and brown bodies walking around the street, raising their kids, going to work, doing whatever the fuck.
It does. My block is still mostly black, which I'm glad for, even though it seems like it's a new white woman every day.
Count the day. That's what I'm telling you. Starting goat yogas and frozen yoga, froyo hot spots and internet cafes and shit. Get out. Get out.
Yeah. I also wouldn't want to live near Columbia just because I don't want to be around that many college students.
Oof.
Not at
Let me tell you
all. I wouldn't want to go over there for that exact and maybe even sole reason. You can find luxury in Harlem if you want to, and you'll still be in a majority white building. But at least you can go outside and see niggas.
Yes.
I'm just saying, you at least have that.
Yes. There are niggas in my building, thank God. Actually, more than I had seen when I first moved in now. I've been there, it's almost a year, like next month. And so every time I see black people in there, I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. A couple of times I had seen like a black woman in there pushing a stroller. And I'm like, oh yes, black mom. And then I realized that she's somebody's nanny. And I'm like,
right.
Yep, that makes sense.
I mean,
well.
and yeah, but like, of course.
Yeah.
Right.
But like, I think there's even a black family on my floor. So I just like that feeling of being around us. If that matters to you, then that's something to keep in consideration, a sense of community, like real community. But also like, it's up to you, man. Like, what you are going to have to spend all your time there. You know what I'm saying? You have to live in that place. So you're going to want to go for something that you're the most comfortable with overall. And there's lots of little things moving into a new place that you don't even really consider until you move in.
Yeah. I mean, and amenities are nice. And most people would pick a nice ass apartment if they could afford it. You see, it was $6,500 a fucking month.
That's insane.
That is an absurd amount of money.
Insane.
And I know so many people in the city who would be like, well, let me go see it. Like, like it might be worth the look. So, but yeah, like I said, you can find luxury in Harlem if you want kind of like the best of both worlds. But I wouldn't worry about, or Brooklyn. You could, but be careful where you go in Brooklyn.
Manhattan.
Make sure you go like not Dumbo. Like make sure you go to like Flatbush.
Dumbo flew right over my head. No pun intended. I don't know what that is. Yeah, like if you're dead set on being in the city, then sure, Harlem, the Heights are still loads of really nice places that you can find up there. But
maybe for work purposes, because when I worked in Times Square, you could not pay me to move to Brooklyn. Absolutely the fuck not. Now when I can get there from Harlem in 17 minutes, you can't. No, right, girl.
Exactly. But
yes, but best of luck to you. I wouldn't worry about people like thinking that you flexing, because everybody knows rent in New York City is astronomical. Yeah, and so even your apartment in Harlem is probably still going to be nice.
Yeah, it's still somebody going to come in. Oh, he got some money.
Oh my God.
A doorman. Right. You got your own doorbell? This is so nice.
Yeah, I wouldn't stress out about that part. Just pick a place that you are going to feel comfortable in. And good luck in the city, because even with money, it can still beat your ass.
I mean, it
just so you know, don't think that will save you.
It will.
Woo. Okay, just saying. All right, let me pick one more. Let's see here. This one says, should I leave this white boy alone? I ain't even going to open that. I already know the answer to that.
Listen,
is yes.
I'm wrapping up the second season of You, so the answer is yes.
Oh my God. Everybody keeps telling me to watch that.
That show.
Oh God. Is it crazy?
Insensing.
Oh Lord.
Like, it is just so fucking ridiculous, that show. Okay. And it's fantastic at the same time.
Really?
It really is. And I didn't want to watch it at first because I was like, I don't understand. It seems like they're sensationalizing like stalker, creep, man behavior. Which they don't, but they also kind of do. It's really weird. But
okay,
I didn't watch it at first because the narration thing got on my nerves, and I just recently jumped back in, and it's actually a good show. And the women of color are like the only ones to root for.
Oh, well.
There's like a black girl in season 1 that was like the only person with sense. And now there's like a Latina. Well, I'm not finished with season 2, so maybe she is going to do something stupid. But so far,
makes sense. That tracks.
Yeah, it's the white people that ain't got no damn sense.
Woo. Okay. This one comes from Dana Scully. She said, because why not?
Yeah.
She writes, I'm a 24-year-old woman living in the Midwest. I was the only one of my friends to move after high school and to stay out of my small conservative hometown. My hometown is the type of place where if you don't leave as soon as you can, then you won't. So is Tulsa.
That sounds like extra, but it's so real.
Yeah. This didn't deter me from staying in touch with my 2 best friends from high school. I always made the effort to see them during breaks at school and drive the 90 minutes it takes to get home. One of them had a baby and neither of them had cars, so I was willing to do that for 4 years and keep in touch with them. We'd been friends for over a decade and I considered them family. We've been through coming out, teenage pregnancy, and even a brain tumor together. Surely we could make it through another decade of friendship by each other's sides.
Wow, sounds like a movie.
Here's the problem. Both of my dogs died this past spring.
Oh God, this is not for me.
A 16-year-old lab and a 12-year-old golden retriever. While my family and I made the decision to put Bud down, Bud is the older one, as his health was failing, it was still very difficult for obvious reasons. However, neither of these friends reached out to me after he died. Not a phone call, a text, or even a comment on the post that I put on Facebook. My friend with the kids was celebrating her daughter's first birthday, so I thought, understandably it would take a few days, but she said nothing and I eventually let it go. Then our otherwise perfectly healthy golden retriever died of kidney failure a month later, and to say I was devastated is an understatement. Gracie had been chasing me in the front yard of my parents' house a week before she died, and she was fine. Again, my 2 supposed best friends did not reach out, and I got angry. All of my friends in my current city were there for me, and I've known them for less time, and they never even met my fur babies. Other peers and teachers from my hometown were also really sympathetic and sent kind words, but the two people who I've known since middle school and still claim to be my best friends didn't even attempt to make contact. It's been months later, and I haven't spoken to them except to wish my friend's little girl a happy birthday. My question is, am I overreacting? Should I be more understanding of them and their own lives, or am I validated and being pissed off? I want to move past this, but it's one of those things that's keeping me from reaching out to them. I'm starting to realize that I was always the one who made the plans, the transportation, and even the bill when we would go off. I don't think anyone owes you friendship for what you've done for them, but one person shouldn't have to bear the weight of all the emotional labor in a friendship in order to keep it going. Thanks, Dana.
Okay, so that last bit was super separate. Like
Right.
the
It was.
I was bearing the weight of the friendship and all of that other stuff. Sounds like separate stuff
Right.
that was, stewing in the back of your subconscious, and the actions that they did not display after the passing of your dogs just sort of
Brought that up.
served it up
Yep.
and just put it right in the forefront of your mind.
That's what I thought too the first time I read that. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
How'd we get here?
This was a sharp turn. I don't think that you're overreacting and being upset that your friends didn't acknowledge your grieving your dogs. I think about this shit constantly. Like, constantly. Link is 4.
A baby.
So she's a baby, but all of the time I'm thinking to myself, I don't know what I'm going to do when you're not here no more.
Lord.
Because it's like, they're your family.
Right.
So,
I totally get that. I've had dogs.
yeah.
And it is rough when they die. It
Yes.
is. It's
and I've
very
had dogs die before, obviously, but the last dog that I had, I think I was a freshman in high school.
Yeah, I was a freshman in college when my last dog died.
So it's been a minute since and I just feel like now as an adult, I will actually feel like the real magnitude of that kind of pain.
Yeah.
Especially because I literally have taken care of this dog every step of the way. My
Right.
mama wasn't there to make sure that the dog had food if I forgot.
Right. That's your dog.
Or like literally.
Yeah.
So I totally think that you are valid in feeling a way. I do think, though, that if you haven't said that you feel a way about it to them, you probably should. If you at least give a fuck to have some sort of a relationship with them in the future.
Right.
Some people grow apart. Things change. Also, some people just don't even really consider how fucked up you can be after a pet dies. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Not just dog, cat, your iguana, your spider, your whatever. Like, we care about our pets. So I think you should probably have a conversation with them about that and let them know how you feel and just sort of try to level with them. I doubt that they're going to be like, well, give a fuck about your dog. You know what I mean?
Right.
They probably just weren't thinking about it, or maybe some people also don't know how to comfort grieving people.
Yeah. That's true too.
But
They feel uncomfortable in it.
yeah. And I think, though, aside from the situation with your dogs, how you feel about that, it sounds like you have other discussions.
Yeah.
to
Sounds
have.
like you've got some resentment that's lingering there that this whole situation has brought up. I think it's interesting that you expected them to like learn of this on social media, especially on something like Facebook where it's an algorithm and they mix stuff up and they may or may not have seen it. And I don't know if they interacted with it anyway. Like, I don't know if they liked it or did that sad face or whatever you can do on Facebook now.
Yeah.
But if these are my two best friends, they're not going to learn about my dog dying because of Instagram. It's going to be because I texted or called them.
That's fair. I
And
guess.
so the fact that you like didn't is kind of strange to me. Like, it's kind of weird to me. And maybe just because I'm old. You're 24, I'm 37. But it's weird to me to expect people to learn about stuff like that online. Like, people just might not be online that day.
Yeah.
Like, it just... And maybe young people are like, no, we're online all the time, bitch. Like, we literally live on it. So I don't know.
True.
I'm just looking at it from like that perspective. I would not have expected my closest friends to find out something like that through the internet.
Yeah.
I would have expected them to learn that from me, like probably as soon as it happened. So
Yeah.
maybe y'all aren't as close as you kind of think you are. And it's okay to say, these were my best friends in high school.
Yeah.
And then I moved and we naturally drifted apart.
Different people,
and
yeah.
even though I still love y'all are not my best friends, you know, the people who live in my city and have consoled me, like, these are my best friends or whatever. Like, it's okay to cut off the best friend label and be like, you know what? I'll see y'all when I come home and I'll FaceTime you on the baby's birthday. And that can be that. There's nothing wrong with that kind of relationship either.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, people literally grow apart. Things change. Any old random thing could be going on in their life that you ain't seen on Facebook. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's just anything.
I think about like Instagram. I've been using my phone way less. I took all the apps off.
Bitch, me too.
And so, yes, I've been reading this book. It's called How to Break Up with Your Phone. And it's one of the steps they have you do. And it has me looking at my phone like already 15% less. But so I go on Instagram like every other day now. And it's just astounding how much shit you miss if you are not on Instagram all fucking day, every day. Yeah. It's just astounding. Like, at a certain point, I was actually tired of scrolling. I was like, how much more new fucking content? Like, I cannot even scroll through all this. So
I've been on Instagram for probably like a solid week, and I'm sure that I've missed like births.
All kind of shit.
Like, all kinds of shit. Good and bad. And I'm fine with that, to be honest.
Right. I mean, and if it's important, I assume I'll hear about it outside of that app.
Especially if it is someone that I know who has my personal contact information.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not like blaming you or nothing. I'm just offering you another perspective because they may not be thinking of y'all as being all that close. So, but I don't know. Either way, I think you should say something. Let them know how you feel. Give them the opportunity to apologize and see if y'all can figure out what your friendship looks like now.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way that works for everybody.
Yep.
Best of luck to you, sis. If you have a question for the read, send it to asktheread@gmail.com. We'll be right back.
So listen, I don't know about you, but sometimes when I come in from a long day and my feet hurt and my head hurt and I'm just so tired, I don't want to have to do all of the extra work of figuring out what to eat, how to eat, what to do. I don't want to cook. I don't want to. You can just treat yourself to the meal that you deserve on demand from one of your favorite restaurants, and the restaurants will come directly to you with DoorDash. DoorDash connects you to your favorite restaurants in your city. DoorDash is easy when it comes to the ordering. You just use the app and choose what you want to eat, and a Dasher will bring it to you anywhere that you are. Not only is that burger place that you love on DoorDash already, but over 310,000 other amazing restaurants are there too.
Woo.
DoorDash connects you with door-to-door delivery in over 3,300 cities, all 50 states, as well as Canada. Order from your local go-tos or choose from some of your favorite chains, including Chipotle, the Cheesecake Factory, Wendy's, and even Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
Don't worry about dinner. Let dinner come to you with DoorDash.
That's right. An app that I use frequently. It comes through all the time. Yeah. Right now, y'all can get $5 off your first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter promo code THEREAD. Again, $5 off your first order when you download the DoorDash app from the App Store and enter promo code THEREAD. $5 off. Let them know we sent you. Get a little discount on your dinner. All right, let's move on.
Remember to turn your dreams into a reality with Squarespace. If you're looking to launch a new passion project online, whether it's a business that you're starting or you are an artist of some kind, creative, that you want to have a place to showcase your work or an online diary, whatever, you can have one online that looks great. They've got templates and designs from some of the best people in the business and the ability to customize pretty much anything you want with a few clicks. You don't have to know all of the ins and outs and the 101s and 102s of coding. It's super easy. Plus, if you want to sell things, if you want to have like your own shop online, they've got an e-commerce functionality also there that lets you sell pretty much anything online, and analytics to help you monitor your site, grow your site. Everything is optimized for mobile right out of the box, so you don't have to worry about how your website will look on a phone or work on an iPad or anything like that. It shows you right there. It's also easy. Buying domains is also simple, and you'll get the help that you need because Squarespace has a 24/7 award-winning customer support. So if you get confused, there's always someone there to help you out.
Yes, there is always. I have used them myself and they reply right back. So head to squarespace.com/read to start your free trial. And when you're ready to launch your site, use offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Again, squarespace.com/read, offer code READ. Build something great and let us see it. Okay, let's wrap up the show.
Okay, time now for the read.
That's right.
So I guess I can go because I'm going to pass my read.
Pass the read like we used to.
So I'm passing this read to Myra, and I appreciate you, Myra, because you did what I love. I love when you guys do this and you take something that I want to read and you do it in a way I feel like would be way better than I could.
Amen.
So Myra says the following. So as y'all know, the fucking fascists done started up a legit war. Now, let me say this before I continue. There are some things in here that whatever, I'll just keep rolling. Conveniently, right before the election, almost as soon as the news confirmed the U.S. ordered airstrike killed Iran's second in command, Twitter did what Twitter does and got to joking. I understand us black folks especially use humor as a coping mechanism, but a line needs to be drawn. Now, I know full well it's not only black folks cracking these jokes. I, as a black woman, am using this more so as a call-in moment because what I saw from my community was really disgusting. Y'all are joking about trauma that isn't yours. We don't have any reason to cope with anything because this war will not be fought on American soil. The draft is currently the form of recruiters all over in high schools and colleges like the roaches that they are. If they get you, if they ain't get you then, they ain't gonna get you now. We've never had to endure living in a place that can be drone strike to high hell at literally any second. Our very real suffering as black people is no excuse for callousness. Now, what I was gonna say before is that like some of the things in this letter that she's going to go into are things I did not know, a couple of them. So fact check to your own discretion.
Right.
Further reason this whole coping thing is bullshit is it's clear as day y'all posting them for clout. Y'all don't got journals, note apps. Does it have to be published, beloved? Social media has truly poisoned y'all's hearts and spirits, and it is a stomach-churning sight to see. It's not about having some sort of moral high ground. It's reading the goddamn room. Some of y'all stay carrying on about not being your ancestors and whatnot. You know what? You're absolutely right. Because the Black Panthers y'all love fetishizing, prioritized solidarity with oppressed peoples worldwide because our struggle is often interconnected. James Baldwin and Muhammad Ali stated this also as the driving force behind their anti-Vietnam War stance. Meanwhile, y'all are kikiing with the same recycled jokes about draft and bombs. It's also worth noting during the Iranian hostage situation in the 70s, black people were let go because they knew our struggle is interconnected. Palestinians reached out to the folks in Ferguson on how to deal with tear gas. Yes, anti-blackness is worldwide, but one, activism of any kind shouldn't be transactional. And two, I beg y'all to start reading and learning history. You know what we can do instead of crack jokes? Organize. Read. Works from Edward Said. Pedagogy of the oppressed people? Mm-hmm. Never read that.
She is a scholar.
Freedom is a Constant Struggle by Dr. Angela Davis, just to name a few that are timely. Amplify the voices of Iraqis and Iranians. Protect our neighbors, educate our community on why you seriously should not join the fucking imperialist army. Spoiler alert, you'll never see that damn money, and the only benefit you'll have is free food at Applebee's on Veterans Day, speaking from family experience. The absurdity of this situation may seem like a laughing matter, but at this stage in the game, we cannot contribute to the clear crisis of empathy. I love my black community, and she put in parentheses, non-bigoted, homophobes and the like, y'all can choke. Oh. The house down, but let's do better. Hashtag no war in Iran, Myra. So I wasn't going to say anything about this just because I felt like, you know, some of it probably is a coping mechanism for us. And I know that another portion of it is just, you know, niggas want to see their tweet go viral or whatever. But I do think that in times of crisis and fear, the internet likes to make jokes about it. But I was really uncomfortable with all the amount of jokes that I saw about this. I've never served in the military, obviously. I don't even know any family members I can think of right now that have. But I do think that I can simply sympathize with the thousands of troops that now have to go and deal with this bullshit, not to mention folks that have lost their lives, people who've lost their families, people who have come back and had their homes be something completely different, sometimes broken because they can't readjust or don't know how to readjust. Not to mention the way that you're essentially thrown away. You know what I mean? So I just, not that mixed with like the weight of it, the seriousness of it, how unnecessary this all fucking is or feels to me anyway. I wasn't a fan of the latest drafting memes and things like that. I'm not going to crucify none of y'all for doing whatever the fuck it is that you want on Twitter. But that was a big part of the reason why I had to delete pretty much all of the social media off of my phone. I haven't gone back since the holiday. Well,
was it that bad?
Like, yeah, because I'm like, nigga, like I was already like, when I went home for the holiday, that kind of put a lot of shit for me in perspective, most notably how fucked up I am emotionally. And when I came back, I was like, still in a very ugly place that I'm still trying to climb out of. So I was already in a place where like, I'm thinking anything that is not, you know, like putting your mind at ease, giving you peace. If you can just get that shit out of your face right now, nigga, that's what the fuck you need to do.
Oh, that's real.
Period. And every time I would get on Twitter after this Iran shit happened, all of it was either jokes or real serious shit about it that would just further fuel my anxiety.
Right.
And so I was like, you know what? There's nothing on Twitter for me right now. So deleted that. Nothing on Instagram for me. So I deleted that and I'm good. Every time I feel that impulsive reach for my phone, I either might jump on Wordscapes to blow some time or Recolor. I really love Recolor.
Yep.
And that's it. And maybe at some point soon I'll get back on there. I'm sure Alex is going to be like, here's a flyer. We need you to post it.
Right. I'm not swearing off social media, but I'm reading books and coloring and picking up hobbies.
Yeah. Like I just needed like a little break. Even like a lot of the stuff that I watch. Like I found myself watching, was I watching? It wasn't Married to Medicine. It was Love and Hip Hop that I was watching.
Oh, Lord.
Or one of the reunions.
Oh, God. They had me
like
watching Married to Medicine yesterday.
And fantastic program. But I was sitting up there watching, I was watching Married to Medicine, and I was really getting hot. Like I was getting upset with the way that the reunion was going.
Oh,
and I've always gotten like invested in those shows and be like, how Nene gonna say such and such and such and such? But I was watching it and like severely annoyed, like, Simone now, come on now, Simone. And Heavenly now, you know you don't ever. And when it was all done, I was still sitting up there like feeling away, like I know these people. I don't know these women. It's just TV. You know what I mean? And I don't think that that's like, I don't think that's necessarily a terrible or poisonous thing, but it's also wildly unnecessary. So I'm like, all right, so let's have a reality TV break. Like anything that I don't feel is benefiting my mental and emotional state, I'm just not for it. And unfortunately, a lot of these draft jokes and things, I just, this real people's lives.
Right. Like, and the danger is probably not going to be mostly on us here on American soil. It's probably not. Like, I'm a lot more scared for the Iranians who are about to suffer through the type of shit most of us will never even begin to experience.
I hate this man, bro.
Me too.
Like, I hate him.
Me too.
I hate him. I hate his supporters even more, honestly, because the excuses and the bullshit for like, this man told us who he was before he was elected. He like, it's not like many other shit politicians that know how to sort of play the game and goop you or whatever the fuck, even if you can kind of see through the cracks. This man came through like he was on a chariot of flames and said, bitch, I ain't shit. I was actually joking, but since you love hatred so much, let's do this. So like none of this shit blows my mind. And of course now we're in this whole, let's once again, make the brown people over there the villains and stuff like that. Cause I don't know. I don't even remember how to say his fucking name. I don't know all of the, not Trump, the man they killed.
Oh, I have never known how to pronounce his name.
I've heard it a million times, but I can't even think of how to say it again. But the Iranian military leader or whatever that they killed, I can't, say that he wasn't a horrible person and didn't cost Americans their lives or whatever it is that they're saying about it. But I also can read between lines and I'm not wearing rose-colored glasses.
Right.
And I understand.
This was an act of aggression. Right.
You dealing with your own, bullshit.
Yeah.
And so let's villainize the Middle Eastern folks and blow up some bitches again and, come together in solidarity and understanding that them brown bitches are the real problem, not me, trying to get reelected and.
Right. Trying to distract us from the fact that he was impeached and the whole Senate trial has still not even happened.
And it's like, so here we have more blood that will be shed.
And oil, of course. I'm sure oil has a whole lot to do with this.
And it's not to say that wasn't happening already. I don't know every corner of everything that be happening in Iran and Iraq and all of the rest of the stuff that's going on. But like, sis, this I'm trying to figure out
for like 19 years. It has been a long time since we have been at war.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're starting another war. But I thought, when did we stop?
When did we stop? Since 9/11, I don't think we've stopped.
I've never heard of
complete U.S. troops withdrawing from I have not heard that since. It's been almost 20 years.
It just sounds like we're just dousing some gasoline on the fire.
Making something bad. I mean, and killing so many, countless innocent people just like us over there just trying to live their fucking lives.
Well, anyway, Myra, thanks for your past read and your emotions. Like I said, I felt like you worded that better than I would, because I wasn't just going to say shit. I was going to let y'all have it. But
yeah. Well, I'm glad you brought it up, because I was definitely going to, one way or another. Not even really the internet reaction to it, but more Trump's doing it in the first fucking place.
And to the Iranian president talking about America made a huge mistake. Sorry, America didn't do anything. Okay, we hate him too. Okay, Donald J. Trump, that's his name. He's a big white man in a big white house on Pennsylvania Avenue. You can't fucking miss it. I don't have I don't have nothing for you.
And I feel that same way. And then I'm like, why would they listen to us when our leaders don't listen to them?
Exactly.
They don't give a fuck about their innocence, so why would they give a fuck about us? Then it's like, wow, this man is literally getting us into some shit. Like, we are everybody's not stressed, but I for damn sure have been. I for damn sure have
I would
been.
love to not be.
I would love to not be, but I don't see that happening for a long time.
Like, what?
America is a disease. Pass it on. Okay. Well, to wrap this up, I'm going to make this super quick. A black man and a white woman came together in their joint fucked upness, this weird Power Ranger fusion of black girl hatred, to shit on Blue Ivy Carter.
What?
Blue Ivy was at a New Year's party with a fresh blowout, looking very cute.
Oh,
with her mom.
Yeah,
and
I saw the Megan Thee Stallion picture.
Yeah, her mom invited Meg. Megan got a picture with the queens.
Yeah, that did touch my heart.
I was quite touched by that, because Beyonce, first of all, don't let people that close to her. Mm-hmm. She don't be letting people at her parties like that. And then for you to take a selfie with her and Blue and get permission to post it, Megan is special. Write that down.
H-Town love.
So, of course, she posted it on Instagram and Twitter and probably Snapchat and Facebook
Black
and Tumblr.
Planet.
She texted it to everybody. Who wouldn't?
Exactly.
And on Twitter, a writer by the name of K. Austin Collins, a black man who lives in Brooklyn, wrote in response to this tweet,
"Come on, my nigga.
I have a feeling the Jay-Z face jeans are about to really hit Blue Ivy, and I feel so sorry for her." Like that wasn't bad enough, a white woman named Violet Luca chimed in and said, "They haven't already?" To which Mr. Collins said, "You're right, but she's lucky. If it happens now, she'll definitely grow out of it. Get the ugly duckling phase done early." And
what is this person's name? K. Austin Collins?
His Twitter is Melville Maddock. Violet Luca, whose Twitter is...
His shit says, "I am sorry for the bad..." Nigga.
I'm sure that's his pinned tweet now.
Oh, he follows me. Let me block him.
Oh, well... So Miss at Unbutton My Eyes said, or she'll just get plastic surgery at 16 a la Kylie Jenner, and we'll all have to pretend that she always looked that way. I can't allow myself to feel too sorry for the incredibly rich. She then doubled down on this for a while, whereas the black man at least had a drop of sense and started apologizing immediately. She started doubling down on how she doesn't have to care about rich people's problems and all this, that, and the other. Completely ignoring that Blue Ivy Carter is not a public figure because of anything she did professionally. She's not
simply born
a millionaire because she worked so hard for it. This is the position
Mama
she
works.
was.
So,
don't get me wrong.
Right, I'm kidding.
But like Blue Ivy as a public figure, she didn't choose that. that is just her life. She was just born into that. You being an ugly, hateful, terrible bitch to a little girl,
That
you
could
chose
never. That could never. In any of your days.
You chose that.
In any of your days.
This is why when people say stuff like black men and white women are the exact same because they both, are impressed in one way and they love being both the abuser and the abused, the oppressor and the oppressed. This was just like the most perfect example of that because I really don't know how a grown ass black man replied to somebody else's tweet where they are showing that they were in a photo with this little girl and decided to shit on that little girl. I don't know how you did that to a black child as a black man. And then for this white woman to come and chime in, I'm like, does this not register as a little girl to you?
You didn't even have the sense to be like, white woman, this isn't about you.
Is she not, like, who? Is she just some monkey doll to you? And then this white woman chimes in and you're just like, well, maybe she'll get the ugly part over with. Ugly where, bitch? Maybe she'll do what?
She's a kid. I don't get
that
people.
y'all... Woo! The fact that y'all feel like it is okay to talk about little black girls like this, little black girls like this, not little famous girls, not even really little girls. It is black girls that y'all feel it is perfectly fine to just disrespect and dehumanize and treat as if they are nothing.
And I mean, if there are so many black people that shit on black men, that shit on black women, of course, other races are gonna be like it's fair game. They already don't fucking like us.
Well, I mean, yeah, they were going. I'm sure she was gonna do that anyway because that's just who she is. But like.
Right, but there has to be like at some point where there is like a respect and protection at least within
and there is not
ourselves.
No,
you know what I mean?
There is not.
I just saw Ari Lennox going off on niggas.
Yes.
For like somebody said something about her and Tiana Taylor looking like Rottweilers and still managing to be sexy or something like that. Like what
is wrong with niggas? I'll never know. Like what makes y'all feel like it's okay to do that? To like, I mean, Ari and Tiana literally did nothing to you.
Just minding business.
I mean, and still women that you could literally never even hope to sniff the lining of their panties. But y'all do that to dark-skinned girls, women all the time. You make them out to be like they are just so hideous or whatever. When if you had the exact same face on somebody Doja Cat colored, y'all would be falling all over her. If those facts are just facts. So I'm just saying, y'all do that. And then like, to be like, oh, I'm so scared for this little girl because her dad's genes are going to hit soon. They already hit. He's her fucking father.
You stupid bitch.
You goddamn moron.
You think that this motherfucker is like, are you fucking stupid?
But the idea that Blue Ivy Carter wouldn't be beautiful if she had her daddy's features, them black ass features, you mean that wide ass nose and them thick ass lips, is that would make her ugly? The anti-blackness truly jumped out of you bitches. Both of y'all.
I mean, whatever.
Both of y'all. I'm disgusted and I hope, I don't even know. Like one of them, I think the woman is a web editor at Harper. And then the man has written for lots of different mostly white, it's worth noting, publications. So yeah, I just fuck both of y'all, man. To come after a little black girl like that for no fucking reason, it's just like, why? What's wrong with you? What happened on the inside?
Adults to make fun of.
And like you could do that all day, every day, without making it like you're ugly because of your black features. I'm worried for you. I'm concerned that one day you'll look like somebody ultra black. Is that supposed to be a bad thing? Is my blackness ugly to you?
You mean her fucking ugly ultra black billionaire dad?
Meanwhile, Blue Ivy Carter could buy and sell you 1 trillion times over.
And married by...
with the wealth in her fingernail clippings. You literally could never be worthy of that little girl's presence.
That little girl, it don't matter who she looked more or less like. She's good. You saw the hair. I saw the hair.
She's 7, 8 years old.
You saw the skin. I saw the skin.
Like...
You saw the grin. Please, I saw the grin.
You're a grown man. You're a grown woman. Y'all are adults talking about a little girl like this and hiding behind the fact that she's famous and rich.
As well as a performer.
Like she did that to you.
Artiste, producer.
I hope Blue Ivy Carter continues to shine, continues to shit on the rest of you bitches. Like, I know she will.
When she's like deep in her teens and is like really
Just fully
giving the
in
go
it,
button
right.
to like fuck y'all up, I can't wait.
Me either.
I can't wait.
Me either.
I don't care if that girl decides she want to be a doctor or an architect or sing or do whatever the hell it is that I just can't wait for it because she already knows
that she does.
She may not have like all of the verbiage together. At how old is she? 9, 8?
No,
7?
literally 7. I think she's about to turn 8.
Okay, so I can't wait in another like 10 years for her to be like, all right, girls, it's go time.
Her birthday is the day this comes out. She is 8. She'll be 9.
What, tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh, you might be on.
No, this is 2020. She'll be 8 tomorrow. Why is Wikipedia already saying she's 8? She was born January 7, 2012.
Oh, math. Nobody knows what.
Okay. Anyway, she will be. This is literally her birthday that we're talking about this. How appropriate.
That's funny.
Happy birthday, Blue Ivy Carter. I'm sure that you know this, but you have the whole world in the palm of your hand, and it makes these people sick. So continue to force these bitches to throw up.
I just don't even understand what. I mean, it's a child.
It's a little girl. I just don't even know what you get from that, but all right, bitch.
I mean,
they ain't never gonna stop dragging y'all. Y'all are never going to get past that. I just want you to know the Hive does not forget. So, best of luck to Blue Ivy Carter and Blue Ivy Carter only. That wraps up this week's episode of The Read. Check us out at thisistheread.com and on social media at thisistheread. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, Thredup. Thredup makes it so easy to get thrift store pricing with the convenience of online shopping. You can discover millions of secondhand finds from brands like Everlane and Vince, all up to 90% off estimated retails, and shop deals on your phone instead of the racks. It's a sustainable and more affordable way to get through the seasons, and you can get 30% off your first order at thredup.com/read. Again, 30% off your first order at thredup.com/READ. Let them know we sent you. All right. Any news, Kid Fury?
no news.
We have a live show.
Oh yeah. I mean, we've discussed that, but yes, we do have a live
February
show.
15th, thereadlive.com for tickets.
Oh, I didn't read J.K. Rowling because I don't know that whole story yet. But I am gutted and disappointed. Yeah,
something about being transphobic.
Some woman lost her job for some transphobic shit that she said, and I believe J.K. Rowling jumped on Twitter to show support for her and said something really stupid and callous. We actually got an email from someone that I'll just read it really quickly. I mean, I'm not going to read the whole thing.
Okay.
But she put this comes from, Tristan. I've been a Harry Potter fan since childhood. I literally grew up alongside the characters. Unfortunately, trans people have been keeping an eye on Rowling for a while because she has a track record of following open trans exclusionary feminists on Twitter. I didn't even know about this. God, this blows.
I did not know that either.
God, this blows. But this explicit confirmation of our suspicions was a gut punch. One, being trans isn't just about dressing a certain way or calling yourself whatever the fuck. It's not pretend or performance. We are the gender we identify as. It's our lived experience. 2, being trans is completely unrelated to who you sleep with. 5th graders understand this by now. 3, biological sex isn't nearly as binary as y'all act like it is. 3, you put 3 twice, lady. Sorry. 4, trans people, especially trans women, cannot live in peace and security when people like you are contributing to the rhetoric that gets them harassed and killed. 5, your books are literally about a child coming out the closet and being able to live as his real self. The Harry Potter books have been a refuge and comfort for those of us who felt like they didn't belong or that something was different about them before they had the language to understand it. So many queer and trans people have seen themselves between the lines of the books. These books are about characters who get to find freedom from a normative, limited society and those who try to suppress their magic. Wow, wow, wow. You've just shit all over that and spat in our faces. So fuck you and your performative allyship when you pat yourself on the back for telling us Dumbledore is gay, which we already fucking knew from page 1. You've lost any credibility you had. I'm not going to stop loving these characters in this world because they belong to us now. That's a beautiful way to think of it too. These stories are ours now. You can't have them back. You're irrelevant. A last hearty fuck you from a trans queerdo, Tristan. Thank you for that.
Amen.
Tristan.
I mean, that's true. Once you release your art into the world, it don't belong to you no more. And you can take your Harry Potter memories and keep them.
And I mean, she literally.
And make them what?
don't own them.
Yeah,
You know
no.
what I mean?
She'll be
Like,
all right. She'll be all right.
I think it's like Warner Brothers probably owns a good portion of the Harry Potter shit that you see now anyway. I think sometimes she's called on to like consult and things like that. But Mama's not the one who is, making the recipe for that butterbeer you have at Universal Studios.
Right.
Like, so have your fun and enjoy those characters if they still mean something to you. But then, yes, at the same time, fuck you, JK. Are you fucking serious? Are you, like, sweet girl, you were one of the few white women on the goddamn internet that I felt like we could look to for having some fucking sense.
No, you
Damn it. Fucking
wrong.
Shit.
The fact that they were like, we've been keeping an eye on her ass for a while. Like, she been doing this. Like, god damn, what?
I had no idea.
Me either.
But I also don't follow her.
Woo, see, I knew I was right. The movies are terrible.
Bitch.
In summation, the movies are so bad. All right. The movies reflect her transphobic
Absolutely
soul.
not. Once again,
they do.
She directed none of them.
They are so bad.
She didn't write the screenplay.
It was her fault.
They have nothing
and that's why they're
to
bad.
do with her.
It was her essence.
They are not all bad.
The transphobia jumped out.
Girl, whatever.
On set. And that's why those movies are wretched.
So disappointed.
Thank you for coming to my TED
So disappointed.
Yeah. Do better, JK.
Yeah, but other than that, show February 15th at the Apollo Theater. You can go to Read Live for tickets. I think they're also on Ticketmaster, but don't quote me.
Yeah, I actually just texted Alex because the link is not working from the website. So I don't know how you get them. I don't know.
Yay! Cool. So won't see you there.
Right.
Thanks so much for listening to the show, guys.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
Yep.